Welcome to NHL Draft Pros. On today's video, we're going to take an early look at Malcolm Spence, the power forward from the Erie Otters in the OHL. We're going to break down some gameplay to see what makes him one of the top prospects for the 2025 NHL Draft class. And if you want to see some other highlight videos on some of these prospects, head over to NHL Draft Pros on YouTube. I have a bunch there and more to come. And can you please help the channel grow by hitting that subscribe and like button? I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. All right, Malcolm Spence. Like I said, he plays for the Erie Otters in the OHL, and last season he had 62 points in 66 games, and he's 6'1" and 193 pounds. So he's a big power forward with some offensive touch. And like I said, as you'll see in these highlights, he's definitely a really good worker. Like, look at this one here. He hunts down that puck. Now watch this. He's got guys all over him. And he ends up taking a puck and he snipes one home. Like, come on. So this is a good example of what you get with Malcolm Spence. He's got that dog in him. He likes to work really hard. He's physical. He likes to crash the net. He's not afraid of the physicality. And he basically gets his nose dirty when he's on the ice. And so these first couple of shifts here, you're going to see, like, so check out this little, look at that little weave, eh? Not too bad. So he's got a little bit of offensive touch. Now, I wouldn't say that his ceiling is really high in terms of offense, but he definitely has an offensive touch to his game and a really nice shot. Now, I'd consider him more of a two-way forward. And like I said, he has a lot of tenacity on pucks, as you'll see in these clips. Like you can see right now, like look at that, just kind of lifts the stick, wrap around, and it's in the net. So yeah, you know what? He's a good addition to a line. Let's put it that way. I wouldn't consider him like, that line driver, but definitely, see the little speed there, a little speed burst, and that nice little tuck right there. Wow. Yeah, this is a nice little, watch this little deke right here. This is a nice goal. I have to admit, look at that little tuck. What a goal. So yeah, he's a power forward with some skill. And this year for Erie, he already has 16 points in 13 games. Look at this little pass. It's a nice little dish there. Got the rebound and buried it. So he's already putting up some really good numbers in his draft year. And I'm going to go see him in actually a couple of weeks in Saginaw. They're going to Saginaw. Erie's going to Saginaw. So I'll be able to see him live. So I can't wait to see that. But so far, his progression's been really good. So he's already, if he keeps up at this pace, he's going to have well over a point a game this season. Just like, increase from last year. He had 62 points in 66 games. So now, you want to see that. You want to see that increase. You want to see the progression, and he's done that. But in terms of his, his ceiling, I'd say, I wouldn't say like he's an offensive threat. Well, I can't say that. He's not that he's not an offensive threat. He is an offensive threat. He doesn't have that skill set like the elite offensive players. And you know what? At the U18s, he played really well too, which was nice to see. So he's put on, great games at the right time. So I'm excited to see how he develops this season. But he's on pace for doing. Here's the U18s. I wanted to show this, but look at this little deacon pass. Like that's nice. That's nice right there. That's a nice little dish right there. So a couple of sticks in the lanes there, and then he dishes it over, and they end up scoring. So yeah, when the U18s were on and I was watching him, I was like, wow, Spence is having a good tournament. He did. He had a great tournament. I thought that he played really well. And so that's a nice example there. And then here you're going to see the work. So watch, he strips a puck right here, and then he just lets one go right there. Like that's Malcolm Spence right there. Stealing pucks, using his body, and then a nice little rip right there. Yep, nice goal. Really nice. Watch this from here. Yeah, wow, what a shot. But I'm liking his style of play. Malcolm Spence is the type of player that I really like. I like their type of play. Look at this little deke. That's a nice goal right there. That's some nice little hands right there. So yeah, Malcolm Spence is going to go high in this draft. Now, in terms of his ranking and things of that nature, he's kind of all over the map. Some pundits have him at top 10. Some have dropped him a little bit more. So McKean's, that's who I write for. We have him a little bit past 10. So I think it's gonna vary, and I think it's gonna depend on what NHL team wants in the future when the draft comes in June. I think if they want a big power forward type player, and you can think of like a Caden Lindstrom type player. Malcolm Spence fits that mold. He's a little bit smaller. I think he's 6'2" now, but like these clips, you can see he's got that. I love the work ethic. Like, oh, that's a nice reps. Yeah. I get to see him in a couple of weeks, so I'm kind of excited to see that. Him and Matthew Schaefer, get to see them against Saginaw and Michael Misa. What a game that's going to be. All right, that's it for Malcolm Spence. So like I said, if you want to see some more, head over to NHL Draft Pros on YouTube. I got a bunch there. And that's it for this video. Please subscribe, hit that like button, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.